love America because I love tyranny. I know what it's like to live from where I came from to come here. And when I hear people say in America, oh, I'm a Vietnamese American, and I'm an African American, and I'm an Italian American, and I'm a this and that American. I am nothing but an American. I am and I believe English should be the official language. Your parents, like me, whether you're a first generation or your parents immigrated to this country, they came here to be Americans. Jews who came from all over the world. Anybody else wanted to be Americans. They wanted to speak English. They taught their kids English. And their kids spoke another language as well. But from many, we became one. And that's what's on our dollar bill. So today, I am here to speak about unity, not about separation. I am here to speak about why we need to get back to the bases to save our country, why we are threatened by a radical enemy wishing our destruction, living within our midst, and we are afraid to call it by name. We are afraid to identify it. Nobody wants to talk and mention the word about the doctrine of jihad in Islam because it's a taboo. Can you imagine if during World War II, people did not talk about the Nazis and their ideology because we did not want to offend the Germans? Excuse me? Yes, we have moderate majority in this country. Yes, we have moderates all across the world of moderate Muslims, but the moderates are irrelevant. I am sure there were plenty of moderates in Germany, but the Nazis drove the agenda. And because the Nazis drove the agenda, the world was dragged into World War II, and as a result, 60 million people died, 14 million in concentration camps, only 6 million were Jews. Thank God for the Jews who keep the memory alive, because somehow we have a tendency to forget really fast. The silent majority of Germans were irrelevant. Irrelevant. When you look at communist Russia, the majority of Russians were peaceful as well. Yet communist Russia was able to kill 20 million people. The peaceful majority were irrelevant. When you look at history and you learn from lessons of history and you look at communist China, which was responsible of killing 70 million people, I'm sure there were a lot of peaceful people in China. The peaceful majority were irrelevant to the deaths of the 70 million that died because of the communists who drove the agenda. When you look at Japan, the same example. When you look at the people of Afghanistan before the Taliban took over, the people of Afghanistan did not mind the Taliban fighting the Soviets. Oh, they're fine, let them go kill them there. They're not bothering me. The Taliban became so strong, and within 24 hours after the Taliban took control of the country, women were forbidden to get out of their houses. Women were forbidden to go to work. Girls were forbidden to get an education. Girls' schools were shut down. Mass murders started happening in football stadium execution style. The peaceful Afghanis were irrelevant when the Taliban took over the country. And right now, we have the radical elements growing. And we're going to tell you what we are doing about it with Act for America. And the reason why we named our organization Act for America is because we want you to act for America. I do not want you to pray for America. You can pray, but it's not enough. I do not want you to wish for America. I do not want you to hope for America. We named it Act for America. Because while we can do all these other things, only action will change things. And before I turn this part of my presentation to Guy, come around. Before I turn my presentation to Guy, I cannot end my presentation without this note. I want every single veteran or anybody who has ever served in the United States Forces to please stand up and remain standing. Please stand up. Thank you. for your sacrifice. I want to humbly thank you for building such a great nation for immigrants like me, who dream, who wish to have an army like you who can come save them. I thank you for building such a great country where immigrants like me can leave tyranny and can come here to this great nation and live in freedom and live in liberty and live in security. I know that my freedom is built upon your shoulders and your sacrifice. I cannot say that enough to you. On behalf of millions around the world who wish they have an army like you, to thank you, I thank you on their behalf. On behalf of the millions who think so highly of you, who want to honor you, but they are unable to say it to your face. I thank you. You are not only the heroes of our nation, you are the heroes of millions of others. You are my heroes. If it wasn't for your sacrifice, I wouldn't be able to be here. If it wasn't for your sacrifice, we would not be able to gather in this room in liberty and freedom to express our opinion. This great nation wouldn't be what it is without you. And I give you my vow that I will see to it that me and my organization will live to honor you, will mobilize a nation who will look at you as heroes, who will put you up on a pedestal, who will always remind you how thankful we are for your sacrifice. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You may be seated. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. I am standing on holy grounds because I am in the presence of great patriots. You humble me with your presence. Thank you for being here tonight. I want to turn it over to Guy Rogers right now, who's going to tell you a little bit about Act for America and what we are all about and how you, every single one of you tonight, can get involved in Act for America. And after Guy finishes speaking, I will come back to the podium and I will wrap up and say a few words. So I would like you to help me welcome Guy Rogers. Before I go, Guy Rogers, sit down. Before you help me welcome Guy Rogers, let me give you an idea. You can tell I'm very comfortable. I love being with this crowd. When I was looking for an executive director, I looked for 2 years because I wanted someone